Hello, people. Let's set up my phone. Okay, I'm gonna set up my phone, and then we can start. Just setting up my phone. And then we'll get ready to get started. Make sure that's right. I think that's good. All right, good morning. Thank you for joining me today. Yeah, it's kind of gloomy, so sorry about the lighting. I know my lighting here isn't the best anyway, but you know, we do what we can. Okay, just get a comfortable position on your mat, and we'll get started. Comfortable position on your mat. Let's just do Anjali Mudra today. Hands at heart center, pressing the thumbs into the heart. And we'll take a couple breaths just to get our minds and bodies prepared. So inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. Second, inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. One more inhale through your nose. Exhale, side out. Relax your body. Releasing those shoulders, letting the shoulders relax. And just tapping into the breath as we prepare our minds and our bodies for a good practice today. And if you want to set an affirmation or an intention for your practice at this time, feel free to do that. Affirmations begin with I am, I will, or I choose. It's whatever you need for your day or for your week. Breathing in those positive affirmations. Breathing out any negativity. You can release your hands. Excuse me. You can release your hands. And we'll move into our next circles. Inhaling back, exhaling forward. Simple neck circles, move with your breath. I'm having a lot of allergy issues, so excuse me for that. Moving your head to the left. To the right. A couple more times. And now let's move our head to the left. So if you have allergies like me, a good thing to have is a neti pot. And a neti pot is like this little porcelain It's shaped like a little bitty teapot or something, like a long teapot. And so you put water in there and you put like some salt in there. Um, and it's like a drain. So you flush your nasal cavity out with it. Bring your head back to neutral. Take your hands, bring them to your shoulders. Let's move our shoulders in a circle backwards. Inhale up, exhale back and down. So anyway, I'm saying this to say, as we get into this colder season, as we're still dealing with COVID, hopefully that's not an issue, doesn't become an issue for you having COVID, but even just with colds and flu season and stuff, it's nice to have that neti pot around for if you have allergies or if you're sick or anything. And it's really helpful in helping flush out the nasal cavity and flush out congestion. And somebody told me that they put a little bit of turmeric in there, which is a good idea because turmeric is anti-inflammatory. So maybe it can help with those sinuses. And I'm going to try that today and I'll let you know how it goes. Let's do the same thing, rolling our elbows forward. Inhale up, exhale forward and down. I think I'm also going to do an updated yoga warm-up video. I pretty much do the same warm-up every video, so I'll do an updated warm-up video for you. And if there's any other videos or anything else you want to see, you can always let me know. Let's release the shoulders. Inhale the arms up. Interlace the fingers as we press the palms towards the ceiling. Exhale, release the hands, twist to the right. Left hand on the outside of right knee. Right fingertips face the back wall. And then let your gaze follow, looking over that right shoulder. Take an inhale, come through the center, interlace the fingers, press the palms away again. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand on the outside of left knee, left fingertips face the back wall, gaze over your left shoulder. Another good thing to have during this season is a humidifier because as it gets colder outside, the air gets really dry, at least here it does. In Missouri and St. Louis, the air gets really dry. That could dry out your navel cavities. It dries out my face, my skin, which is not good because I have eczema. So if you have those kind of problems, invest in a humidifier, and I just turn mine on at night and sometimes during the day just for my plants because sometimes my plants like the humidity. Take an inhale, come back to center, press the palms away again. Exhale, release the right hand down. The left arm reaches up and over, and you can let that right forearm come down to the ground. Gaze up towards the ceiling. And so if you don't already have a humidifier, you don't already have a neti pot, maybe invest in those things. Take an inhale, come through the center. Exhale with the left hand down, right arm up and over. But make sure you, as far as the neti pot goes, I think it's safe, but if you're concerned or if you've never used one before, maybe you should talk to your doctor. Maybe. Mine is okay. Using mine is okay for me, but I know everyone is different. Take an inhale, come back to the center, interlace the fingers, push the palms away again. Exhale, just release the hands down. Rest your right hand down beside you on the ground. And drop your left ear to your left shoulder. And you can stay here, or if you like, you can slowly move your head forward and back, just feeling the different stretches in the neck space as you add a little bit of movement. More times. Inhale. Exhale, rest the left hand down, right ear to right shoulder. You can move your head forward and back. So after this yoga session, we have a couple more sessions in November, the 21st and the 28th. And then during December, I'm taking a break. I don't know if you've watched the video about the updates, but I'll be taking a break in December from live sessions. But I'll continue to upload videos on YouTube. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. And I'll try to get those done. Couple more times on this side. Bring your head back to neutral. Let's just roll out our wrists. First finger and thumb together. Stick the pinkies together. Roll the wrist towards you. Ooh. Got a lot of pops coming out of my shoulders. Let's release the hands. Let's come over hands and knees in table position and work into a little bit of cat-cow. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Inhale, chin up. Drop the belly down. Put the tailbone upward. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck the chin underneath. Tuck the tailbone under. Moving in and out of cat-cow. Moving with your breath. Inhaling as you open and exhaling as you close. Couple more times. Feel free to stay with cat-cow, or you can just start to move your body organically in whatever direction it takes you. Maybe roll your hips to the left or to the right. Maybe look over either shoulder. Feeling whatever feels good in your body. Come back to neutral position. Let's start to extend back to our child's pose. Big toes come together. Knees are out wide. Start to float those hips back towards the heels. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, melt down into your child's pose. If you're not comfortable with your knees wide apart, feel free to bring them closer together. Forehead, chin, or cheek can come down to your mat. And just breathe into your child's pose. Let your body relax. Take a couple more breaths. Sit down in your child's pose. Let's roll up to a table position again. Let's do a couple bird dogs to warm our body up. So all I want you to do is extend your left arm out, extend your right leg back. If that's a little too much for you balance-wise, go ahead and keep your left hand down and just have your leg extended. We'll take an inhale, hold. Let's hold for 3 breaths. Exhale, lower. Let's do the other side. Right arm and left leg will extend, or just left leg. Foot is flexed. Reaching through that arm, pushing through the back heel. And lower. 3 breaths on either side again. Left arm, right leg this time. Lower. Other side. Right arm, left leg. And lower. Good. On the next inhale, we'll start to come back to our first down dog. If you're not ready for down dog, you can stay down on the knees with the arms extended out. Just come into puppy pose instead. If you're ready for down dog, we'll tuck our toes under as we start to lift our hips up and back. Pushing that tailbone away. Melting our chest down towards our thighs. Pressing our heels towards the ground, but don't feel like the heels need to touch the ground. We're just working on that. Making sure your spine is long. So if your spine is rounded or if you're too far forward, it's okay to bend your knees and extend through your arms as long as you have that long spine. Don't be afraid to have a nice deep bend in the knees. And shift your weight from one foot to the other. Getting a good hamstring stretch here. Take your gaze, bring it in between the hands. Start to step or jump the feet up behind the hands. Bring a deep bend into your knees and grab either elbow, relaxing down to a forward fold. And if you want to get a little bit of a stretch in your hamstrings without having to straighten your legs, kind of shift your weight into the front of your feet. Shift your weight forward a little bit, kind of into the balls of your feet, and then you'll start to feel that hamstring stretch. Let's bring a deep bend into our knees. Chin comes down towards the chest as we roll up to standing. Bring those arms with you. Inhale. Hands are at the top. Exhale, your hands to heart center. And then down at your sides for mountain pose. So we're going to get nice and grounded into our feet before we begin our practice. So really think about grounding your feet down through the balls of your feet, through the heels. Should be able to wiggle those toes. Taking some breaths. Letting those shoulders relax. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And let's begin to move through our first sun salutation. Inhaling up. Hands at the top, small back bend. Exhale, dive down your forward fold. Inhale up to a half lift. Exhale, plant your hands down in front of the feet, stepping or jumping back to a modified plank or a full plank. Taking an inhale in your plank. Exhale, lowering down to the belly. Hands underneath shoulders, elbows tucked in. Lift up for cobra or extend the arms all the way straight for up dog. Inhale. Exhale, make your way back to down dog or puppy pose. You can just shift your weight back and extend your arms if you need to, or you can tuck those toes under and lift the hips up and back. You can also rest down in child's pose during this part of sun salutations. We'll take a couple breaths. Take the gaze, bring it up in between the hands. Stepping or jumping the feet up behind the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up to standing. Deep bend in the knees, chin and chest. Rolling all the way up. Sweep those arms up. Small back bend. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Good. Let's move through it a second time. Inhale, up. Small back bend. Exhale, down, forward fold. Inhale, up to half lift. Exhale, plant the hands down from the feet. Step or jump back. Modified plank or full plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale. You can lower down halfway this time if you want more, or feel free to lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, make your way back to down dog. Taking some breaths. Take your gaze in between your hands. Step or jump the feet up behind the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Roll up to standing. Inhale. Hands are at the top, small back bend. Exhale, the hands to heart center. And down to your sides for mountain pose. Good. Just coming to a strong mountain pose here. Let me check and make sure there's no spam in here. On Facebook, sometimes there's some spam. See? Oh. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So, we're starting back at the top of our mat. I'll delete that comment later. We're starting back at the top of our mat. Let's make our way back to down dog. So you're in your mountain pose, sweep those arms up, inhale. Exhale, dive down towards the toes. And just step straight back to your down dog. Remember, you can rest down on the knees if you need to. Taking a couple breaths. Let's walk that left foot in a half step as we start to extend that right leg up and back. You can do this from your knees too. Making sure those toes are pointed down towards the ground. We'll shift our weight forward, come into a plank, bringing our knee in towards our nose. Good. Inhale back. Exhale forward again. This time, go ahead and step that right foot up in between your hands. So come down on the knees first if you need to, and then step it up. And we're going to go ahead and come down on that back knee, sweeping our arms up for a low lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind you. Draw those fists down towards the ground, open the chest. This requires a little bit of core strength, I feel like. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring those hands down on either side of the foot. Go ahead and tuck that back toe under, coming off the back knee. And we're going to sweep our arms up, coming up to a high lunge. Sweep the arms up. Now, if this is a little bit much, you can rotate that back heel down flat and come up to warrior one. But if you're okay up in high lunge, go ahead and do that. Okay, inhale. Exhale, the hands to heart center. I'm going to shift our weight forward a little bit, twisting to the right side. Left elbow on the outside of right knee, or as close as you can. Good. Come back to center. Lower that back heel down. Bring those arms out wide for warrior two. Go ahead and straighten your front knee. Lower this back hand down. Scoop this front arm up and back for a reverse triangle. Good. Inhale. Exhale, bend back into that front knee, coming back to warrior two. Check the alignment of the arms. And from here, you can bring your forearm above your right knee as the left arm comes up and over. Or if you're feeling adventurous, go ahead and bring that hand down to the ground on the outside of the foot for extended side move. Inhale. Exhale, lower that left hand down, come into a lunge position. Step that right foot back. You can move through your vinyasa, or you can take a break down in child's pose. If you want to move through your vinyasa, you lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, come back to down dog or the puppy pose down on your knees. Take a couple breaths. Do that on the other side. Right foot walks in a half step. Extend that left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, float the body forward. Knee comes in towards your nose. Inhale back again. Exhale, go ahead and step that foot out. Split up, however you get it there. Coming down on the back knee. Sweeping these arms up for a low lunge. If you want to bend deeper into this front knee, you can. Take an inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind you. Draw those fists down and away from your body. I don't know why this one is so hard or feels so hard. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down the inside of the foot. Tuck that back toe under as you come up off of the back knee. Sweeping these arms up for a high lunge. Or if you need a little more stability, rotating that back heel down and coming to warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Shift your weight forward, twist to the left. Good. Go ahead and straighten that front knee, or bring those arms out wide first for warrior two. Straighten that front knee. Now lower this back hand down, left arm scoops up and back, reverse warrior. Getting a break off that front leg. Inhale. Exhale, come to warrior two again, bending back into the front knee. Bring that front palm upward, forearm rests above the knee as your right arm comes up and over, or you can bring that left hand down to the ground on the outside of the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, lower the right hand down, come to a lunge position. Step that left foot back, come to plank. Let's move through our vinyasa. Making our way back to down dog. Remember, you can always skip vinyasa as well. Letting those quads work today. Also the hips, the core. That's what I'm feeling at least. Okay, when you're ready, we'll move through those sequences again, but just moving with our breath. Left foot in a half step, extend that right foot back. Inhale. Exhale forward. Inhale back again. Exhale, step that foot up in between the hands. Lower the back knee down. Inhale up, low lunge. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind you, drawing those hands down and away. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, pointing those hands down on either side of the foot. Tuck the back toe under, come off the back knee. If you're comfortable doing so, sweep the arms up for high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lean forward, twist to the right. Inhale. Bring those arms out wide. Lower that back heel down. Revert. Wait, what is this? Warrior two. Straighten the front knee. Inhale. Back hand lowers down. Reach back. Reverse triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Bringing that forearm above the knee as the left arm comes up and over or down to the ground. Inhale, extend the side angle. Exhale, lower that left hand down, come to a lunge position. Move through your vinyasa or take a break. Take some breath. You can take your breaths down in child's pose too, that's totally fine. Walk that right foot in a half step, extend that left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, fold the body forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward again, stepping that foot up. Lower that back knee down. Inhale, up, low lunge. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind you. Draw them down and away. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, bring those hands down on either side of the foot. Tuck that back toe under if you like. Sweeping those arms up for high lunge or for warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Twist to the left. Good. Inhale. Rotate the back heel down. Bring the arms out wide. Exhale. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Left arm scoots up and back. Exhale, come back to warrior two and transition into your extended side angle. Forearm resting or hand coming down. Inhale. Exhale, come to lunge position. Move the vinyasa or take a break. Take some breaths. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop down to those knees. Take a sip of water. I have literally one sip of water in here. If you want to come down to child's pose, you can. Let's hold our body forward. Coming back to table position. We're going to move through the same sequence, maybe adding a step or two. Tuck the toes under. Come to down dog or puppy pose. Left foot in a half step. Right foot straight back. Inhale. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward again. Inhale back one more time. Exhale, step that foot up in between the hands. We added one more of those. Lower the back knee down, Inhale up, low lunge. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind you. Draw those fists down and away. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, lower those hands down, tuck that back toe under. Sweep the arms up, high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, leaning forward, twist to the right. Good. Inhale, bring those arms out wide. Drop the back heel down, come over it two. Exhale. Straighten that front knee. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, coming back to warrior two, moving into your extended side angle. Good. Inhale. Exhale, come to a lunge position. This time, go ahead and lower that left knee down. Plate that left hand down on the inside of the right foot. Extend that right arm up. If you want more, reach behind and grab that foot, which is totally optional. You don't have to do that at all. Inhale. Exhale, release the foot. Come back to lunge position. Let's move into our half split, shifting our weight back. Right toes face the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower down towards the front leg. This is one of my favorite poses, so we're going to hold this for a couple breaths. Just get a good stretching and hamstring because we're really working our legs. Inhale. Exhale, shift the weight forward. Step that right knee back. You can take a rest down in child's pose, or you can tuck those toes under, move through your vinyasa. Ending in puppy pose or down dog. Step that right foot in a half step. Extend that left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. One more time. Exhale. Step that foot up in between the hands. Back knee comes down. Inhale up. Low lunge. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind you. Draw the fist down and away. Exhale, release the fist. Come to lunge position. Tuck that back toe under. Sweep up for high lunge or warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward. Twist to the left. Good. Inhale, come to warrior two. Exhale. Inhale, straighten that front knee. Come back for reverse triangle. Inhale. Exhale, transition into your extended side angle, whichever one. Inhale here. Exhale, lower that right hand down. Right foot comes down. Right hand planted on the inside of left foot. Left arm extends up. If you want, reach back and grab that foot. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let's move into our half split. Shift your weight back. Left toes face the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, melt. Inhale. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Left knee comes back. If you want to move the other vinyasa, you can. If you want to take a break, you can. Couple breaths. From here, bring your gaze up in between your hands. Walk your feet up behind the hands. Rolling up to standing. We're going to bring our feet a little bit wider than hips width apart. Hands come to heart center. Let's sit down into our Balasana squat. Bringing the elbows on the inside of the knees. Try to keep the feet flat. You might be up high or you might be down low. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands behind you. We're going to come to our boat pose. So feet lift up off the ground. Hands rest at your sides. Arms come out of, or arms can come out in front. That's two different options. Hands can be here, or hands can come out here. If you want more, straighten the legs. And if you want even more, we'll move from boat to low boat. Just 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Lower the feet down, hug the knees. Let's do that one more time. Either resting your hands down on your sides, knees bent. You can also do your boat to low boat like that. Or arms can come out in front. You can do your boat to low boat like that if you want. Or legs can extend out 3 times. 1, 2, 1 more, 3. Good. Hug those knees. Ooh, just taking a little rest. Good. Extend those legs out in front. From here, I'll give you an option to either move into staff pose or what's called intense east pose. Hands are down at your sides, maybe behind your hips just a little bit. You can either press into the hands, coming up out of the shoulders. Hands can lift like a centimeter off the ground maybe. Or if you want more, you're going to bring your hands back a little bit more and start to lift your hips off the ground, making a ramp from your shoulders down towards your feet. It'll look like this. Whichever one you like. And then if you want more, if you really want more, feel free to lift one leg at a time. Just adding some more core work, I should say. More core work. Good. And rest. Coming down. Let's cross our ankles and roll up to a table position. This is how I like to get to table, but feel free to get to table position in whichever way works for you. Bring the big toes together. Start to extend the hips back towards the heels, melting down into your child's pose. Knees can be wide apart or close together, whatever's comfortable for you. I'm going to bring my knees wide. Remember, if child's pose starts to feel uncomfortable on your knees or your hips or anything, you could lift your hips up towards the sky and come to puppy pose if you need that. And then if you can, we'll come up to a kneeling position, hips sitting back on our heels. If you're comfortable there, if you're not comfortable there, feel free to come up to kneeling. I want you to interlace your fingers behind you. And then we're going to bring our forehead down to the mat. So your hips might be high like this, or they might be down lower in a child's pose. Now, if it's not comfortable for you to extend your arms back like this, you can just let your fists rest on your hips. Inhale. Exhale, release those hands and just let your arms rest at your sides. Or if that's not comfortable, feel free to bring the arms out in front. Couple more breaths down in your child's pose. In our next inhale, we'll start to shift our weight forward, coming to a table position, and we'll move back into cat-cow. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Inhale up, tailbone flips upward, belly drops down, chin comes up. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round the spine, chin down to the chest. Exhale. Moving in and out of cat-cow. Couple more times. Let's shift our weight forward, coming down to our belly. Bringing those hands underneath the shoulders. Elbows are tucked in. We want to stay away from bringing our elbows out wide. Elbows tucked in. Hands underneath the shoulders. Let's inhale up to cobra. Exhale back down to the belly. You can move through this, continuing with your cobra movement. If you want more, straighten those elbows, come up to up dog, and maybe can shift your hips from one side to the other. I like to do this to stretch out my belly, but this isn't comfortable on everyone's back. So feel free to stay low. And we'll shift our weight back to a sit position. Bring those feet out front, and we'll come to a sit forward bend. Go ahead and sweep your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, lower down to your seated forward bend. Just letting your hands fall as far as they may fall. Taking a couple more breaths. Let's bring the legs out wide on our mat. Sweeping the arms up for an inhale, nice tall straight back. Feet are flexed. Exhale, we're going to lead with the chest as we come down to this middle space in between our legs. Again, just letting your hands fall as far as they may fall. You might be back. You might be down with your forearms. You might be down lower. And as you relax down in the pose, maybe you'll start to feel those muscles loosen up. And then you could come down a little bit lower. Couple more breaths. Start to walk those hands back. Let's bring the legs together, bending at the knees. Scoot the hips close to the feet. Roll down to your back. Hug those knees into the chest to start. Rock side to side. Feel free to move those knees in a circle as well. Go ahead and keep that right knee hugged in, extending that left leg onto the ground. Right arm out to the side. Start to pull the right knee over to the left. If you need to, you can stack those shoulders first, and then extend that right arm out to help bring your shoulders closer to the ground and then get that knee down. But if that knee doesn't quite reach the ground, feel free to put a pillow or something, whatever you have available underneath your knee. And then if you can, look over to the right side. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Keep those knees hugged back in. Bring those knees hugged back into your chest. Keep that left knee hugged in. Release the right leg. Right hand pulls the left leg over to the right. If you need to stack your shoulders, you can. And then extend that left arm out. Bringing the gaze over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Hug those knees back in. All right, from here, we're just gonna come into an inversion. I'll give you a couple different options here. Just bringing some blood down to our brain. So all I want you to do is either extend those feet up towards the sky. If you have a block or anything, you could bring it underneath the hips to give you some more elevation. Heels are pressing towards the ceiling. You could stay here. If you want more, you can move into shoulder stand, but be very careful when moving into shoulder stand. Make sure you are just protecting your neck as you move into shoulder stand. So all I want you to do, start to lift the hips and lower back up off the ground, and then bring the hands underneath the hips, just as some kickstands here, if you will. And then the feet can extend up towards the sky, or you can let them come down, moving into plow pose. But remember, you can stay in that original position if you like. Good. And to come out of it, You can bring your knees into your chest and lower down. And then hug your knees back into your chest. Now this time, we're going to release our knees, bringing the bottoms of our feet together, letting our knees fall out to the side for reclined bound angle. You can rest your hands. I like to rest my hands on my belly, or you can rest your hands at your sides, palms facing upward. If the stretch in your hips is too intense, just scoot your feet out until it feels a little bit more comfortable. But either way, it might just feel like an intense sensation, which is okay as long as you feel like you're not tearing or hurting yourself or injuring yourself in any way. Take a few more breaths in your reclined bound angle. This is always very intense for me. I'm not that flexible in my hips in that way. So I'm really trying to work on that. Couple more breaths. Knees together. Hug the knees into the chest. Now I want you to squeeze your knees in. Squeeze your chin towards your chest. Hug your knees as tight as you can. Crunching everything up. Squeeze your facial expression. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let your feet extend to the corners of your mat. Let your hands rest at your sides, palms facing upward. Coming to Shavasana. And if you like, feel free to come up to a seated position if you're more comfortable seated. And we'll just come back to our breath. Inhale. Exhale, side out. Inhale again. Exhale, side out. Inhale one more time. Exhale, side out. Allow your body to relax completely. Allow your body to melt deeper into your mat with each exhale. Using your breath to bring you into a state of complete relaxation. Letting your body be heavy. Feeling the weight as it presses into the surface in which you're laying on. Relaxing with each breath. And on your next inhale, I just want you to start to imagine yourself as you are right now. Envision yourself laying or sitting here with your breath. Envision how you look right now. Start to picture a gentle rain coming from the sky. Imagine the raindrops falling onto your skin. Imagine how they feel. Is the rain cold or is it warm? And as the gentle raindrops fall onto your skin, the rain gets a little bit heavier. More raindrops start to fall onto your skin. And as the rain gets heavier and saturates your clothes and your skin, your face and your hair, the old you starts to melt away. And the rain begins to reveal a more vibrant, a more confident version of you. Imagine any doubt, any fear, any self consciousness, any self doubt, any worry. Imagining it rolling off of your body with the rain. The old you rests in a puddle around you as the new you is revealed. The new you is vibrant, confident, radiating. You're even more beautiful than you originally were. Your heart feels full and you feel happy. Just take a moment right now to imagine what that new version of yourself looks like. What the best version of yourself looks like. And as you see that vision of your new self, imagine that puddle around you, that puddle filled with the old you. Just start to be washed away. Those fears, those doubts, those worries are no longer a part of you. On your next inhale, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, coming back into your body, back into the room. Just bringing subtle movements into your body. Then when you're ready, if you're laying down, just go ahead and roll over onto your favorite side. Let us all take a moment here to reflect on our practice, to revisit those affirmations we said at the beginning of class, to revisit that vision of our new selves. Confident, radiating, happy, and grateful. And then when you're ready, you may roll up to a comfortable seated position if you're not already there. Taking an inhale as we gather all of the love, all of the confidence generated here in this space, coming up into our hands. Inhale. Exhale, float your hands down to heart center, pressing the thumbs into the heart. Thank you all for sharing your time, your energy, your space with me, for allowing me to be your guide. Thank you for being here. Namaste. All right. We've done it again. Thank you for joining me. If you like this practice, it'll be on YouTube for you to revisit at any time. I'll be back next week for our next session and the week after that. And then we'll move into December for our break. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for being here. If you like it, leave me a like and share it with others. Peace.